Friends and family, we are the Businesses of Birmingham. Isis Jones to you with my great hostess, Miss Felicia Roberts, bringing you some of the great companies and individuals who make Birmingham business go round in the city. Before we introduce our great guests, we want to make sure we say thank you out to our sponsors, which are Culture Birmingham. Also, we have Create Live Studios, that also is American Financial Network, the Dream Home Team, as well as Bayles Restaurant, and also a Connected Touch. We want to thank all these great companies for making sure that we are a success right here on Businesses of Birmingham. And I did mention one of the sponsors, and I have to admit, I get the chance to say thank you up close and personal. Before we get started, I want y'all to meet Mr. Tony Bayles. How are you doing, sir?
Great, how are you?
I'm blessed. Well, first and foremost, thank you for the spread. We had spinach dip, we had meatballs, we had chicken salad, croissants, and we also
salad.
Thank you, pasta salad. You put the olives in there. Me and you were friends forever. I just want to let you know that.
Great.
But you have been blessing stomachs since 2004, Tony.
That's right.
And I guess that is kind of a semblance of how you got into this industry. But sometimes people automatically think it's I started cooking, I did this. But what was your introduction into the industry?
Actually, as a kid, I worked for my uncle. He was a caterer.
Okay.
So he was probably one of the biggest caterers in Birmingham at the time, back in the early 80s. Never thought I'd be in this industry at all, but one thing led to another, and found out I had some skills.
Yeah.
The story tells it all.
And as a man, that's a beautiful thing. I know Felicia and I will be very happy and very respectful to say thank you for taking on that skill. But Felicia, you had your question.
Yes, you were not in your original location.
Correct.
And what do you like about being in your new location?
First of all, it's a lot larger than I originally started at, so I actually outgrew the space. But we're here over here in the Woodlawn area, and the community itself is pretty much like a melting pot. You got all type of people come from everywhere to come to this location, come to this area. Everybody's trying to build the community to make it a better place to live and do business in. So being a part of the original, I guess you could say, foundation of those businesses coming to this area, it means a whole lot to me. That I was actually here in the beginning of it, starting in Woodlawn.
So you kind of pioneered it.
Yeah, so to speak.
He said he'll take that.
Oh yeah.
But no, I hear so many great things about the restaurant, and again, like you said, I love the fact that you are in this neighborhood. It again speaks to your roots, and on top of that, how helping the community is an instrumental piece of what you do as well. Now, what are some of the dishes that you actually feature at Bayles?
Well, we do the whole menu all day, so you can come in and get breakfast and lunch at any point in time of the day. We have things like chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits, a lot of specialty sandwiches like short rib, grilled cheese, buffalo chicken milk, sliders, you name it, you probably can get it there.
You saw me in Felicia glass over quick. You said
short rib.
Yes, ma'am, short rib, grilled cheese.
I need
You need in your life. It's one of our biggest sellers, so yeah.
I bet it is.
Most of them come
Oh, wait, okay, so how does that, what exactly makes up that sandwich?
Okay, so it's slow roasted short rib that we actually, roast about 5 to 6 hours, shredded. Has a special house barbecue sauce, sauteed onions, pepper jack cheese, some Texas toast.
So what he's basically saying is everything in that store is made with love, because you say 5 hours on
Yeah, everything.
Okay, that just touched my soul real quick. But no, but that's the fun part about feeding people, because it is an aspect of love.
Right.
And it's something that, again, that you kind of picked up and you got honest. So I appreciate that as well. Now, what are the future plans for Bayles? I mean, of course, you can rest on your laurels, but you don't seem to be that type of man to me.
We gotta keep moving forward.
Yes.
Future plans are maybe second location, third location maybe, and then also expand on the catering side as well. Venue wise, just gonna take it well God given to me. So
and that's the beautiful part about business in the aspect of creativity. We always think of it just in the aspect of artists or musicians or things of that nature. But I love the fact that again we can do that in the culinary arts as well, and expand into places and be in pieces that people really kind of really touch people exactly where they're at and what they need. or better yet, some little pieces that they didn't know what they want, like short rib.
Yeah.
Real cheese said, "Well, I didn't know I needed this," but it appeared. No, that's great though. Now, at the end of the day, if folks want to, do a catering situation, how they get in contact with you and what basically information do they need?
You can go to baylescatering.com. You can find anything you need as far as catering wise. Follow us on Instagram at Bayles Catering, Facebook at Bayles Catering. Or come to the location, 5831 First Avenue North, Woodlawn.
Hey, right in the heart of Woodlawn. I love it. I love it. I love it. But again, you can get all the contacts and all the information. And I think I can believe Tony will agree with me. If you want to get the best food in Woodlawn, you want to make sure that you come on down to Bayles Restaurant.
Probably the best in the state.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, put me right. Okay, get me straight here. But that's the part again that you have a great menu, great recipes. So make sure that you go ahead and completely support this incredible restaurant right in the heart of Woodlawn.
We'll be there.
Yay, Tony! With that said, y'all, I want to thank you for being a part of this episode of the Businesses of Birmingham. Love good food and we love supporting great businesses that give it to us. With that said, I want to say thank you also out to the sponsors, which of course is Bayles Restaurant is one of our great sponsors. The show had a great spread and they make sure that we have some great food for our guests as well. But I also want to say thank you out to Culture Beham, Great Live Studios, also American Financial Network, which is the Dream Home team. And thank you out to A Connected Touch. If you get a chance to check out this brother's massage therapy as well as sound healing, you can get more details and $20 off the next service if you get in contact with them. And this information will be in the comments. With that said, you all have a blessed one and thank you for being a part of the Businesses of Birmingham. You found us! It is the Businesses of Birmingham, y'all. And we have another great episode for you, showcasing amazing individuals and businesses right here in the city. Tonight, though, I'm Isis Jones, and this is Felicia Roberts, your hostess with the mostest. Before we introduce our guest for this evening, I want to say thank you out to the great sponsors that we have for the Businesses of Birmingham. That is Culture Beham, as well as Create Live Studios. We have the American Financial Network, which is the Dream Home team, as well as Bayles Restaurant and also A Connected Touch. We thank them so much for being our sponsors for the Businesses of Birmingham. But this evening, LaCorie Jones is in the house. And again, she is the owner of Designer Pups. And as you can see, she brought the beautiful babies with her. LaCorie, how are you doing, beautiful?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm great, sweetheart. So happy to have you here. And I gotta admit, y'all, this was the highlight of my evening, to be able to come and just hold these beautiful puppies. And just so I'm sure of it, this breed is a poodle, correct?
Yes, miniature
okay.
poodles.
Now here's the fun part about it. How did you get into breeding, LaCorie? Because that's not a usual skill set. You said what?
LaCorie.
Oh, LaCorie.
Yeah.
How did you get into breeding?
Actually, I come from a family where we've had cows, horses, dogs, cats my entire life.
Okay.
My daughter, who's now 15 years old, she's an animal lover, and we own a German Shepherd.
Oh.
And she started having allergies,
Okay.
and basically her pediatrician did testing, and we found out that she was allergic to dogs.
Oh.
And a poodle was one of the breeds that he recommended that was hyperallergenic.
Okay.
Because poodles apparently don't have fur; they have hair.
Okay. Curly hair, cute,
Yes.
curly, beautiful hair over here.
So we started out with a pet poodle.
Okay.
And it went from there. We decided to breed her one time, and one time turned into where we are now. So.
Well, you know something, that is a great progression. And I love the fact that you actually have a breed that is not normally known, as far as having African American breeders. So how easy or difficult was it to actually get a hold of these poodles and actually start breeding them?
Back in 2019, when I was searching for our first poodle, we were actually looking for a miniature poodle, which is a lot less common than the actual standard size. Why are you messing with my fingers?
You're biting over here too.
To be honest, it's a predominantly white industry with poodle breeders. So being here in the South, it was difficult for me during that time to obtain my first poodle with breeding rights. So I ended up traveling to Tennessee and get my first one, and I think I got one from Pennsylvania, Ohio. But as far as breeders in the state of Alabama, it was extremely difficult for me to get one with breeding rights. They denied me getting one.
And the thing about it is the thing about good business as well as perseverance. And even in the midst of folks kind of, wanting to keep you out of the situation, you still have some beautiful babies. And I'm quite sure these are not the only two that you have basically breeded over the years, correct?
Right.
No, so how are you, I guess with the poodles also, you have folks that, I always kind of wondered how my parents, they actually got their Dachshund in California. Now they live in South Carolina. And I used to always kind of wonder how that process, comes to be. Do people kind of reach out to you that know about these breeds and they know specifically that you do it because you've kind of taken over, sis?
Yes, I pretty much advertise mostly on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and word of mouth. Most of my sales, either they find me on Facebook, on Instagram, or from other people who have bought from me, and I have repeat buyers as well.
No, and I think that's one of the businesses that we don't think about with breeding, that this actually is a repeat, especially when you get some beautiful puppies. Oh, you're so holding on to me so tight. I love you. Yes, you do. And as you can see, I wish you could feel them. They're absolutely, and this is hair,
Yes.
in the sense of, oh, honey, I'm sorry.
Say we had an hour and a half ride here. We want to get down and play.
Aside from them being hypoallergenic, what are the other reasons you chose this breed?
As I stated earlier, we initially got her as a pet because they were hyperallergenic. And after we got the poodle and just having her in the house, our first poodle was Fendi. She's the queen of the house. After having her in the house and just seeing how easy it was to train her, how clean she was, how intelligent she was, that made us want to get another one. We just fell in love with the breed.
So they've got a good temperament,
Very
in other
good,
words, and they're intelligent.
Yes, very intelligent, yes.
Right here. And the thing about it is, you see, they just have some beautiful features and characteristics about them. Poodles are very loving. I mean, in a sense of, just like you said with your daughter, in the sense of having something that's hypoallergenic, and because that's important, and being able to give them a safe home and give you, a good place for your pets to go as well. I'm sorry, baby. So in the aspect of, if people are reaching out to you, how do we get in contact with you and learn more about the breed as well?
I am able to be reached either on Facebook, Instagram, on our website. Well, Facebook and Instagram is Designer Pups of Alabama. Our website is designerpupsofalabama.com. And also, I have a phone number where I can be reached, which is 256-808-7677.
No, we appreciate that. Now, again, it's kind of like with your website and getting more information, you guys can reach out and ask a lot more questions, because I think that's the other part that people kind of just think, okay, I can just get a dog and it's gonna be, an easy situation. But having a dog is kind of like having a child too. He's okay. I think. I'm sorry, honey. I know. I don't want you crying.
So you do educate potential buyers.
Yes. I don't mind. It concerns me more when they don't ask me questions.
Right.
I love for them to ask questions.
Oh, honey. I know. I'm sorry. I know we ready to sit down and try to play all the way too.
They probably won't each other.
Let us
Hold on, we'll try this real quick, because I don't want him to cry. He's such a sweet baby. I love it. But no, Designer Pups, that is a beautiful name in the aspect of, being able to actually, people don't think about that aspect of breeding, in the sense that you can actually put together, two dogs, and like you said, when you go to these different states and everything, you're thinking about the pedigree, you're thinking about this, and that does play into price as well, because sometimes people sit there and go, oh my God, this dog is so expensive, but on top of that, you don't think about the tender love and care,
Right.
and the birthright of these dogs as well.
Right. With all of my dogs, I make sure that I DNA and genetic test them, so I know which dog carries what, DNA colors and what they're able to produce. I test them to see if they carry any diseases, anything like that. I try to make sure that I have clear dogs in my program. And I was about to turn them around. clear dogs in my program, and if not clear, if they have one copy of something, I make sure that I pair them with a mate that's clear of that, so I'm not, you know, creating puppies that have 2 copies of anything, which lessens the chance of them having, you know, issues and the potential buyers having to take them to the vet later, dealing with diseases down the road. So I make sure that, like I said, all of my foundation dogs are health tested, DNA tested, all of that, so I know what I'm putting together to create.
And that is the best part. Yes, it
And a
is.
lot of that goes into price as well.
And that's
That
part-
extra work.
Right.
But very few
But-
breeders are that
Very few
Yeah, but
actually
that
do
responsive,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So that's important because I have people just kind of shove dogs out of the cars and just kind of give them to you. But no,
No, I am
not
very
right.
picky. I have an application process. They have to fill out an application. If they're approved, I then contact them. We talk. Then they send a deposit, and from there I send weekly updates to them with videos, pictures. You know, just over the process of the 3 years that I've been breeding, I've bought, you know, a couple of dogs, and I took the things that I liked and didn't like from each breeder when I bought them and kind of put it into mine. And one of the things that I didn't like was some breeders, all you got was that one picture when you reserved, and you didn't see it again until you picked it up, versus others were a little more, you know, open with sending photos. So I kind of overdo it. I probably get on the nerves.
I mean, but I think people appreciate the aspect
They
of
do.
that business part of it.
Right, and I allow one FaceTime a week as well.
Oh, you
I
can
feel
FaceTime.
Yeah, I feel that helps them bond with the puppy and watch them grow, so that, you know, on Gotcha Day, the delivery day, it's kind of like they already have
A
bonded with the
relationship.
puppy. Right.
Oh, we love it. We love it. We love it. Now, sis, if we want to get in contact with you and learn more about this beautiful breed, and better yet, how to purchase one, and maybe just ask a couple of questions, especially if we're interested in purchasing a dog at some point in time, how we get in contact with you?
I can be reached at 256-808-7677. I can also be found on Instagram and Facebook, Designer Pups of Alabama, and online on Google, designerpupsofalabama.com.
I love it. LaCorie, thank you so very much for being a part of Businesses of Birmingham and bringing these beautiful babies with them. Make sure that you check in with her with more information about these beautiful breeds. Poodles? Your poodle? Yes, okay. All right. With that said, y'all, thank you so much for being a part of the Businesses of Birmingham. I want to say thank you out to our sponsors for this evening, Culture Behan, Create Live Studios. We also have the American Financial Network, which is a dream home team. Also, thanks out to Bayles Restaurant, who gave us this great spread for our guests this evening. And on top of that, Connect Touch. If you mention the Businesses of Birmingham, you get yourself a $20 off discount for all services with massage and also for that sound bath that he provides. But again, get more information in the comments, and I thank you again for being a part of the Businesses of Birmingham with us this week.